My name is Trip Dale, and today we're going to be discussing how we're going to increase admission and retention rates at Arkansas State University. So our first idea is to add an entertainment hub or an entertainment center. This would likely be placed right between the Judd Hill Center and Centennial Bank Stadium, right off of Alumni Road in the field that the band used to use to practice, but they no longer use that. So now it's just an open field that is vacant, and that's likely where we plan on placing that. Obviously, we need economic theory behind that, and our theory that we have planned is the herding theory. So herding theory is where people adopt certain beliefs simply because everybody around them has those beliefs as well. So the idea of this is that we incentivize, let's say, fraternities, sororities to use this new entertainment center. We can provide, there could be entry fees. People can rent out spots. Let's say a quick finger food place wants to rent out a spot to sell in that economic or in that entertainment center. They can do that, and that we can profit from that. But the idea is to incentivize these fraternities to start out with to use this entertainment center to make it more popular, hoping that that will become a very social hub in the long term. And the goal for this is that when I asked many of my friends why they didn't come to A-State and why they went to U of A instead, they all answered similarly with, I just wanted the college experience. And this is aiming to hopefully add that college experience, make them feel like they will get that college experience by staying home. Example of this, UCF added an entertainment center in about 2017, and a year later, their retention rates increased from 83% to 91%. And it cost them about $16.3 million to do this expansion, but with some reasonable donations and some reallocation of funds, that's a pretty daunting number. We could make it look much easily achievable to pay for that. And with that being said, I'd like to pass it off to Luke, and he'll discuss a potential move into AAC conference.
Hello, my name is Luke Bishop, and I'm going to tell you today about why we should move to the AAC and out of the Sun Belt. Like he said, we have a lot of problems, with like kids wanting a college experience and getting donations. Overall, a bigger conference I think would be better for the football team, for all the sports teams, for the school itself. I know that we run into this problem that we're considered a smaller D1, and it causes people not to go here. If you look at, like the admission rates between like your Ole Miss and your A-State, a lot of people push towards Ole Miss because of the bigger student population, the more opportunity you have, and that's considered a herd behavior at Ole Miss. And we're trying to get that herd behavior. With us moving to the AAC, we play bigger teams like your Memphis teams, or like your mid-level Division I teams, which I think would increase our student population. Dr. Woody Eckert at the University of Colorado actually gave us an example of this. He said, football gives college a lift in a brand like advertisement. He not only claimed that it raised student admissions, but it also raised money because it gets us more donators. And with the more donators we have, it also raises the admissions, like I said, and this signs TV contracts. This gets us more sponsorships, our concessions, everything rises as a whole. And with this, that would regenerate the money that we're going to owe for moving into that conference. This also could be looked at as like a nudge behavior. So the nudge behavior comes in with people coming into the school by moving up to a bigger conference. It's going to want people to come here, almost like an anchor, sort of, like with people coming, not really anchoring behavior, but almost like an anchor. With nudge behavior, when you have multiple people going to this school, it's going to be like, well, if 5 of my friends are going, why would I not go? It's a great incentive to have, and I think it would raise a whole lot more money. And with games and rivalries being more competitive at more high stakes, it's going to draw a bigger crowd in overall. This gives the students a kind of sense of feeling of like why they should come to the school. I feel like we kind of lack that sense of feeling of, why am I here? A lot of people who want a college experience or like the extracurricular activities don't really want to be here. They want to go to your Ole Miss, your U of A's. And I think with us moving up into a bigger conference, I think, one, it would help us out not only financially, it would also help with student admission and retention, because with that hype built around the school, it's going to help people want to stay. It's going to lead to herd behavior to younger classes, your class of 2030, 2031, 32, and it's going to draw those people in. Overall, I think it's a great idea. I think we should move over towards that. And even though it'll take a little bit of time, I do think that in the long run, it would end up raising our admission rates and eventually bringing student retention. Next up, I'm going to have Jude tell you why we should probably have affiliate schools move into the area.
Moving all ASU Newport campuses to the main campus would increase the student population, allow those students to experience college life, and increase revenue for the university. So if we moved ASU Newport campuses to Jonesboro, a main concern would be that those current students enrolled would not stay enrolled. But I think that they would, because it's only about a 30-minute drive, and there's not really a whole lot of options around Newport and Mark Tree. So I think that they would be likely to stay enrolled. I also think that moving it to Jonesboro and Paragould provides about 100,000 potential students, maybe. Jonesboro and Paragould are a lot more population dense than Newport and Mark Tree. And there's also competition from Black River Tech, so that it would provide a competitive market for A-State to compete in. And instantly overnight, adding 2,100 students from ASU Newport to the main campus would be so great for our admissions, and it would look good for the government too. The government would give us more money because we'd have more students, and that would provide massive financial freedom for the university. And also, these students, we could nudge them. We could use nudge theory to get them enrolled in dorms, meal plans, and other things. The university already uses this on others, right? So, for example, they enroll us in an automatic meal plan. We could enroll these new students into the same automatic meal plan. We could make it hard for them to opt out of the dorms, just like they do with us. And that would make the university millions of dollars, and the clubs and fraternities and sororities would also benefit from this as well. Now, the initial cost of this would be substantial, if I'm being honest with you, but the long-term investment of this makes it worth it to me, and I think this is the next step for the university. And I think this is something that we should really consider as a university to grow our school. Gabe is going to now talk about how we can introduce a raffle to increase admissions and early applications.
My name is Gabriel Hahn. I'm an accounting major at A-State. And so for my idea, I kind of want to introduce a raffle. And so, at A-State, they want to maintain high acceptance rate and high applications while also staying financially stable. But they also want to introduce exciting ways for new students to get more money or more chances at getting scholarships. So I want to introduce a raffle where it's 3 full tuition scholarships given out. That does not include housing, food plans, or books. So this is through the bad with probability bias, which is basically you think you have a high chance of winning something, when in all reality, it's very low probability. You don't have a good chance at it. And some students would think they really have a good opportunity at winning it, but in all reality, they don't. And more people would be interested in signing up and applying for this, paying that $30 fee that we would get back. So if you were to receive this scholarship, you would have to forfeit any scholarships you already had. So you would either receive, we would be targeting students with an enrichment or Inspire scholarship. And also with these, you have to maintain a 3.5 GPA, 15 college hours per semester. And, if they don't meet these requirements, they will have to forfeit their scholarship. So it's not even a guarantee they make it through their full 4 years with this scholarship, so you could get rid of it. I also want to make this more public, post it on billboards, social media. This will attract more people and kind of get a buzz going, making people want to enter into this giveaway. They make it think it's more likely that they can win it when in all reality they can't. I think this will truly help bring more financial stability to A-State while also bringing a buzz overall. And that's my main point. I think those 4 main points were very good at showing why we can bring the acceptance rate up while also keeping A-State financially stable.
We want to say thank you for listening, and we hope that you take our ideas into somewhat perspective. Overall, we want more money for the community. We want to help the students out as much as possible and make A-State a more enjoyable experience overall. We feel that even though we're a smaller school, we can make it better overall with time. It doesn't have to be instant, but we all know that bigger the better. The more money we have, it's better for the community. And who doesn't want to have a great time in the best 4 years of your life? So take these into account, listen, use these as you'd like, and remember, Wolves up.